There we go. Forgot I muted my mic there. So let's try that again. Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Um, Hope y'all are doing well. It's another beautiful day here in Henry County, Georgia. Gonna be another good one, as they say. Let's see who we got hanging out with us here. Got Mr. LB Sharp. Good morning. Paul Stewart's in the house. Happy Tuesday to you. Clyde CNC. Good morning. There you go. It says, morning, everyone. Going to be a cool week after a hot week. Looking forward to it. Yeah. Yeah. I just, like about 5 minutes till I walk in to get my refill here. And as I walked in there, I still had TV on the news. The weather lady was on there. And we've got she had the whole week up there, and it's like 30% chance of a shower, which means probably won't even get one tomorrow, and about a 20% chance Saturday. So the weather's just fantastic here right now, which is awesome because I've got all my little plants out there on my Groundworks cart, pulling them in and out, letting them harden off, and be ready to. I'd be so glad to get them things in the ground. I'm so sick of babying them. Making sure they're watered, not overwatered, and all this stuff. Yeah, I'm doing my best to try to keep them alive before I can get them in the ground. But anyhow, Mr. Steve Gronsky's here. Says good morning to all on this terrific Tuesday. Wilson Rubottom's here. Good morning, sir. Thank you for the thumbs up. Got 3 or 4 of them over there, looking good. Let's see. Client says it's 50 there. All righty. Steven Toronto's here. Good morning, Steven. Charlotte Bennett, otherwise known as Dwight. Good morning from Indy Dwight on Charlotte's YouTube. Okay. Bruce Foley's in the house. Good morning, Bruce. Diana Carpenter's here this morning. Good morning to you. Hope all is well in Plainfield, Indiana. Let's see here. Kevin Els is here. Good morning, Kevin. Marcello Ballone is here. And now we got David Burnett on Facebook. I don't know if is that the same one. Diana says they have put a stop to the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Just an FYI. Yeah, I guess I saw something about that on TV a little bit this morning. It says got some kind of blood clot issue or something. That's just one more reason why I won't be a part of their little experiment. No, thank you. I'm doing fine. Mr. Bill Hoffman's in the house this morning. I say good morning, Dave, and everyone. Tuesday, and here I am. Yes, sir. Clyde says he's still got to wait a month. Yeah. That's the way it works when you live way up there where you do. Ryan Ballard's here. My favorite solar man. Mr. Gary Hammett's here. How you doing, Gary? David says he's still the same one. He's just 2-timing us on here on the Facebook and the YouTube. Appreciate it. Oh, we got a few more thumbs up over there. Awesome. Yeah, I saw the thing. I don't know about them vaccines, man. Well, that's all I'm going to say about them. I just don't know about them. They're not for me. Not for me. Not interested. Oh, this is exciting. I got a package coming today. I know what that is. Man, I got sticker shock. We was talking about sticker shock the other day on lumber. Man, for those of you who may or may not know, I use a lot of HDPE, which is high density polyethylene. And I have bought it from off of Amazon, but usually I buy it from McMaster. Sometimes when you buy it from Amazon, it's more per sheet. But since I'm Amazon Prime, I can get free shipping. So we all know how McMaster Car is at shipping. They're pretty proud of their stuff. But anyway, so I always usually kind of check and do the math to see which is the best deal. And here lately, I've been getting it from McMaster Car. But man, I went to order some yesterday, and it used to be like $13.59 a piece, and when I went yesterday, it was 15 something, over $2 more a sheet, just like that. And I'm like, holy cow! And McMaster, they're sneaky too, and I don't really know how they do that. It doesn't seem right to me, but they've been doing it ever since I've ever ordered from them. But when you get your receipt, which I got mine today, they email it to me. It'll say here's how many you bought. Here's how much they are each. So here's your subtotal. And then right below that, they put tax. And then below that, they put the shipping. But they really should put the tax on the bottom, because they add the shipping to the subtotal and then do the tax. So somehow that just don't seem right to me, but that's the way they've done it all along. Yeah, really too early for any studies. Yeah, I mean, everybody's all excited because they were rushing around trying to get those things, and they're just too many unknowns for me. Good morning, Bart Bixel. I got to tell you, I got a notification on Facebook a while ago, and it said, and it's true because it was on Facebook, that it was this guy's birthday today. So let's all wish Troy Pritchard a happy birthday. It also says that today is Dave Mack's birthday. I haven't seen him on here. He's out vacationing somewhere, so Wilson said he noticed 7/16 OSB is $42.15. Holy cow. I used to be able to go to Lowe's and buy that all day long for about $7 or $8. Just crazy. Crazy. There you go. It says, I'm getting the Incra fence system for my table saw today. Ordered it November 27th. That's only about 5 months. Yeah, that's crazy. And yeah, that your Incra fence system must have been on that boat that got turned cattywampus in the Suez Canal. Or one of them behind that one where he got blocked. Mike Reynolds is here. Good morning, Mike. Diana says, somehow in the end, we always pay for it. Clyde's telling Troy, happy birthday. Ryan Ballard says, whoop, jumped on me. Ryan Ballard says, birthday to you, Troy. Oh, yeah, we're getting some birthday wishes there for Troy. Steve Gronsky says, Larry, you're going to love it. Probably will after waiting 5 months to get it. He says, no, they make it in Dallas, Texas. Oh, man, that's even worse. I didn't know where those things were made. You mean we actually make something in the U.S. that's worth a flip? Uh, Good deal. Well, let us know how it works. I bought I think it's by the same company. Pretty sure it's by the same company that I bought the box joint jig thingy. And I bet I bought that thing 4 years ago. It's still in the box. I've never taken it out. Crazy. I don't know why I do that. Sometimes I get a wild hair and I go, yeah, I'm going to get that. That's a good price. And I'm going to use it. And then I never use it. I got several things. Like I got a Porter cable biscuit joiner out there. I bet I've had that thing 6 or 8 years. Still in the box. Never pulled it out. But I got one. And I got a bag of biscuits too. Got everything I need to use it and then never used it. I'll probably be using that when I get around to doing the my little mini camper thing. I'll probably use that to edge join some of the plywood because I'm going to have to piece some pieces together when I do that. Troy says, thank you, everybody. That's good. Good deal. Can y'all hear Jack? He's over here snoring. He had a late night last night. I kept him up a little too late. But got out there in my little garden spot, and staked it off and run my string, and so I can figure out how many rows and stuff I'm going to put. I'm not going to try to crowd stuff in there too much. I've got that first row, which is where I put my post and strung that fence up there to use as a trellis. So that'll be my first one. Then I'm coming off a couple feet, putting in another row. And then I thought, I'm just going to give myself plenty of room to walk through this. So I just went 3 feet on everything. So I'll have 5 rows, not counting the row with the trellis. So six total. So, and man, I got to looking yesterday, and I hope this is going to work out because it's still early spring here, so the sun's not that high up in the sky. It's a little higher each day, but man, now that the leaves are all filling in on the trees, I hope I'm going to be able to get enough sun there because it's a little more shady than I thought it was going to be. I guess some trees have grown since last year. But anyway, we'll see. I'm going to give it a go anyway. Worst case scenario, maybe I can grow something out of that green stalk that I have on my deck because that area does get lots of sun. So we'll see. I'll give it the old try, That's all I can do. Eddie Miller's here. Good morning, sir. M. Cook is here. Monroe Cook. Okay. Good morning to you. Jesse's here this morning. How you doing, Jesse? Got a few more thumbs up, man. You guys are getting good at this thumbs up thing. Don't spoil me now. There's Mr. Jones from Portal Woodworks. Good morning, sir. Clyde says, make sure you get the rototiller between hoses. I won't be using that rototiller anymore. I found out, I've been watching all these YouTube videos and stuff. And when I got ready to make that little garden spot, my deck was built over it. So I took that lower part of that deck apart, and it hadn't, that area hadn't seen the light of day for a long time because it was always under the deck, and especially under the hot tub where that platform was. So when I first got it, I thought, well, let me kind of till it up and get the roots and tree roots and rocks and all that kind of stuff out of that. So I got that little tiller, as you know, my little Sun Joe, and I went out there. But first, I raked all the leaves because there was all kinds of leaves from where the leaves go in the deck, and then they fall through the thing, and so it was covered with leaves. Well, I noticed when I was raking those leaves off, and I raked all those out and put them in like a little compost thing. I noticed that the ground looked pretty good. It was damp, dark soil, all that. So then I go to tilling, and I till it all up. And, after a day or two, it looked all dried out and stuff. So I thought, well, you know what? I need to use that leaf, all those, because I got a ton of leaves, all those big trees I got. And that's why I bought that Works leaf shredder. And you might have seen I posted some pictures on Facebook back when I was, that day I was doing it. But I had that leaf shredder sitting right in the middle of where the garden's going to be. And I would rake up piles of leaves, put them in the wheelbarrow, wheel them over to that, run them through that thing. And I had like 3 huge piles of shredded leaves. And then when I got done, I just took the rake and lightly spread them out to cover the whole spot where I'm going to put the garden. And then I've since added a few more. I've raked up a few more spots. But now you can go out there, and you've got this little cushion of those shredded leaves on it, and you can just take your foot and kind of kick away, 3 or 4 inches till you get down to the ground, and that ground is damp and a darker soil. So I won't be using that rototiller to hoe between the weeds, because with those leaves down, nothing's coming up. There's nothing that pops up through that stuff because the leaves, smother everything out. But they're also degrading and putting nutrients into the soil there. So that's my plan, is to keep using that stuff as a mulch. And I'll kind of take my little small hoe, and when I go to make my rows, and then I'll probably leave them kind of open until stuff pops up, unless I'm putting transplants in there, and then I'll put that mulch back up around them. But yeah, haven't had any weeds at all pop up through there, and that's been, well, when did I do that? I think I did that on March the 5th. So it's been over a month since I tilled that up. But that's the plan. There's a big debate with, if you watch anything on YouTube about gardening, you'll see there's a big debate about the no-till versus the till. The old timers say you got to till it up, you got to use chemical fertilizers, you got to use herbicides and all this kind of stuff. And then the other folks say, no, I'm not using any of that. I'm just going to put this mulch and stuff on it. And so big controversy there. But I'm going to try it this way. Let's see. I think it might work well for me, if I can get enough sun. Got my car tags in the mail yesterday. Pretty excited about that. That means I'll be able to drive the roads across America legally for another year. So let's see. Eddie says he's been working on his Gatton build this morning. Well, I think that's pretty awesome. I got some things I'm going to be doing to mine here before long. Got to run a few tests. I may have some surprises later on down the road. We'll see. I'm going to just do some testing and see how it works. Wilson Rubottom says the corn is breaking through the soil. Good deal. Good deal. I've got some. They're behind me on that table back there. I got some kind of sweet corn, I think, but I think I may plant it as like the second second round. Bart says, way to go, Eddie. Yeah. That's exactly right, Larry. He says, I don't till because I don't want to cut up my worms. And see, that's the big debate that a lot of folks have, you know, is that you have to treat, there's a whole thing. I told you the other day, I think, that I watched that documentary or a presentation by Gabe. What is that guy's name? Gabe Parker? That don't sound right. It's Gabe. No, Gabe Brown. I'm sorry. Where did I get Parker? Yeah, Gabe Brown. But it's the whole thing is like he never tills anything. And his neighbor, he's a big rancher and farmer and cattle farmer and all this stuff. And then the farm that's right next to him, they still do the traditional methods of tilling and disking and all that stuff. And he says every year he watches that guy do this one low spot, and then every year when they get rain, he has a pond there because the water doesn't soak in. It'll it's all compacted, and so anyway. But I've watched all of those, and then it just kind of made sense to me. Maybe it won't work for me. I don't know, but because it's like I can walk back to the back part of my property under all them big old trees, and there's leaves everywhere. I don't rake up nothing or try to clean it up. It's just woods. I let it go just like it is. But you can go back there anywhere and rake back them leaves, and man, that soil is just as black as that right there. So kind of makes sense. So that's my plan. Jack's acting like there's something going on out there. I don't know what it is. UPS guy, I don't think now. It says here they'll come between 12:45 and 4:45. Yeah, they're bringing my HDPE. Been going through a lot of that lately. Let's see what time it is. Still got a few minutes here. I don't really have much to talk about. Like I said, beautiful weather. I might just go run over to Tractor Supply today and maybe get those chicks I've been talking about getting. I was gonna wait till I get the garden in the ground, before I do that. But I may go ahead and go get him because it's no big deal. I got my brooding box already and my heat lamp and all that. All I got to do is get them and stick them in there, and just keep an eye on them. Keep their little feeder fed and make sure they don't dump the little water trough out and stuff. So Wilson Rubottom says, yeah, worms. Yeah. Yeah, them worms don't like it when you till up stuff. I can remember as a kid, like I said, I didn't grow up on a farm, but I had farms all around me. And I can remember the birds just used to go crazy because that first thing in the spring when they put that big plow on and really turning it over deep, the birds would go crazy because as they roll it over, all them worms are right there for the picking. So Eddie Miller says, what are you making with so much HDPE? I make a couple of things. I make, actually 3 things. I make a little center finder that people that are using a lathe and turning around stuff, they can stick it on the end of it and it will find you put a line this way and turn it that way, and it'll help you find the center point for that. Or you can use it if you're using a rotary axis on a CNC. So I cut a little center finder out of I think it's 3/8 3/8 inch HDPE. I can't even remember what the thickness of that one is because I don't sell a whole lot of those. But then, of course, I sell the spacer blocks for CNCs that are cut out of the 3/4 inch HDPE. And then my biggest seller is the wedge templates that I sell, which is a set of different angled wedges that people use with their wedgie sled, which is by Jerry Bennett. If you ever watch, look up Jerry Bennett on YouTube and you'll see I guess he's the one that invented it or something. I don't know if he's actually the one, but anyway, he's the one that has the best videos on it. But the wedgie sled, if you don't know, is for people that do segmented turning on the lathe. You cut segments, and that wedgie sled or that wedge template helps you set up the wedgie sled so that when you cut them on your table saw and then you line them up around, like say you want to put 16 segments around, they fit perfectly. And you can just take a little hose clamp or whatever and you glue them up, and then you can get all the, you mix all your different colors. I said colors, different types of wood, like put maple and walnut and, whatever. And you can make some beautiful, beautiful things. There's a lot of folks that do segmented turn. Probably the best known, one of the best known I know of is, I can't think of his first name. His last name is Toth, Toth. Somebody help me. I know somebody out there probably knows his first name. It starts with a K. Kyle. That's it. Kyle Toth. He says, okay, seen all those on the website, but have forgotten they were made of that material. Always good thing when you need more. That means lots of sales. Yeah, the only thing that's a real kind of pain is I have, like when I cut those, I have the skeleton left over. And it's a recyclable material. It's pure HDPE. It's, it's not contaminated in any way. It's just, so I've got these skeletons and I loaded them all up in my truck one time and went to take them to my local recycling thing. And they're like, well, we can't take that stuff. We don't know what it is. I said, what do you mean you don't know what it is? I said, it's HDPE. I said, same thing they make milk jugs out of. You take milk jugs. But the guys over there, they didn't have a clue. And since they didn't know, they weren't going to take it. So you know what they did? They said, well, you can go right down here and they'll take it down there. But what you do down there is you go down there and you throw it in a dumpster and then it ends up in the landfill. And I'm like, you guys are stupid. I'm giving you stuff that's recyclable because that's what your little bin here is for. So anyway, I've got it all over the place. I had so much of it in my shop that I finally moved it around back to my storage thing. And then one day I'm going to have to load up and find some place where I can take it to recycle it. And I don't really want anything for it. I don't want them to pay me for it. I give it to them. But it's hard to find somebody to take, especially now with COVID and all that stuff going on. But anyway, well, that was my little timer. Guess it's time for me to go get to work. Got tax day coming up in a couple of days, man. Oh, I'm just so dreading that. Makes me mad to have to send them in money when I see how they're just printing it off like there's no tomorrow these days. Want to give it to everybody except who should get it. But anyway, that's a topic for another day. Let's get out of here and get busy doing something, y'all. Y'all have a good Tuesday, and we will come back for hump day. Bring your coffee. See y'all.